Newcastle United are set to leave St James's Park after 133 years. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. On the eve of heading down to Wembley tomorrow for a lovely weekend in the capital for the Carabao Cup final, there has been some massive breaking news and a Mail exclusive this evening that Newcastle United are going to build that new stadium on Leazes Park. Something I've said, I'm not blowing you on trumpet, but I've said it's going to happen for ages, and I'll tell you this, right? Right, just get it out there. Remember when loads of people were saying, oh, you can't build on Leazes? People making videos, articles, comments, everything. You can't build on Leazes. Never going to happen in Leazes Park. People were saying, you can't build 100,000 seater stadiums as well. Look at what Man United are doing. Old Trafford. This is just to all the people right that were in the comments at the time saying, oh, mate, you can't have a stadium bigger than Wembley. Well, you can. It's not us, by the way. Spoiler alert. That's Man United who've announced plans this week for 100,000 seater stadium. So, like I said at the time, you can. And it's been proven there by Manchester United doing it. But Newcastle aren't going to stretch it that far. According to the Mail, we are going to be building a 65,000 seater stadium in Leazes Park right next to St James's Park. But before we get into all the juicy details, a big shout out to today's sponsor, Match Bingo. Over £200,000 has been paid out to players so far by taking sports betting, football and bingo and combining them into one brilliant app. Make sure you get your bingo card for this upcoming weekend. Click through the link in the description or via the QR code on your screen throughout this video. And right now, bingo cards for this game are buy 4, get 1 free. So get involved in the really fun app on Match Bingo and win yourself some cash in the process. Right then, let's read this article. Let's get stuck straight into it, shall we? And find out the exact crack of the bombshell details of stunning plans, including the new site where the team will play while it's being built and a key feature that has been poached from Wembley. So the club are preparing to submit plans to the government for a sign-off on a project that will create hundreds of jobs and pour loads of money into the local economy. It is expected that Downing Street officials will give the green light for us to press ahead with the ambitious development and will assist them in cutting through any red tape. The club's alternative option, well, as we know, was for a redevelopment of St James's Park, our current stadium, and that has been shelved as they can reveal that the plot for the new stadium will retain its city centre location in Leazes Park, which is the most important thing. We've all said that. A lot of people have kind of warmed to the idea of a new stadium, changed the tune a little bit compared to when these rumours first came out a few years ago. People have now recognised the need to develop, modernise, grow, because we know how shafted we are in terms of PSR and FFP, the lack of ability to make big signings to improve us on the pitch. A big way of doing that is by building a new stadium, increasing the revenue and all the commercial aspects as well. So that has been the decision why we are now going to move stadium after 133 years. The proposed site has no overlap with St James's, meaning the team can continue to play there at full capacity. Again, another really ideal box ticked in this decision because it threw up loads of problems, didn't it? We even had paper suggesting we may try and share a stadium with the Macans. Never going to happen that. As we said in the video back then, no chance was that going to happen. Newcastle and Sunderland sharing the stadium alike. No chance was that going to be feasible. And then people were saying go to Edinburgh and play at Murrayfield or build up Gateshead Stadium and loads of madness. So thankfully, we're ticking boxes here and I think we are keeping a lot of people happy, which is great. Keeping it in a city centre location, keeping it right next to the current St James's. We can still play at our stadium while it's getting built. It's ideal. They've managed to make it near on perfect. I'll tell you why I don't think it's perfect in just a minute. But the club's Saudi owners were presented with the plans just a few weeks ago. Remember, they were at Matfin Hall for meetings there and looking at the stadium options, and we're at the Forest game as well. And our chairman, Yasser Al-Ramian, is said to be fully behind the new stadium project. Chief Operating Officer Brad Miller and Chief Executive Darren Eales both recommended this new stadium. They were saying this is the best way, the only way to maximise revenue and achieve the club's goals, which, as I've just said before, are currently restricted and limited by the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. The next step is more talks with local authorities and government before sign-off from the Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the club's majority owners. Once they know the project is feasible, the decision will be finalised and communicated to supporters. The exact cost of the build and nature of the funding is still unknown. It has been reported in other videos to be around 1.2, 1.3 billion dollars. But we'll wait and see on that one. That's unknown. That was just other rumours. They haven't put that in this article. so we don't want to put that on it. But in other ones, they have stated it would be that amount of money, huge amount of money. But it was apparently going to cost about 700-800 million just to upgrade the current St James's Park. But with this huge development on the eve of the Carabao Cup final, it's the biggest indicator yet of PIF's commitment to the club, because there had been talks in recent months, they've lost interest, we're not buying anyone anymore, they're not really, where's the training ground, where's this? People were questioning it. Well, now, I think that shuts everyone up, to be honest with you, because they're all going to invest billions into this project, and stadium designs seen by executives are said to be stunning. Stunning, that's what they hear, and they're going on about this bubble wrap type exterior once more. It's a Parkland style approach as well. That'll be Newcastle's equivalent to Wembley way. So first of all, Bayern Munich's Allianz Arena is what this bubble wrap exterior is based on. So you could be seeing our new St James's Park, our new stadium in Leazes Park Stadium, in that bubble wrap feature as the exterior. And then on the Wembley way thing, Newcastle are taking note of that as well, and are going to try and create that in the pathway to our new stadium. So it's a nice little walkthrough up to St James's Park on the new stadium. Keep calling it St James's. What will we call it next? Let us know in the comments. Will we keep it? Will we change it? Will it be a sponsor? Who knows? It's originally thought, this is the negative for me, that Newcastle would push to do a 70,000 seater stadium minimum. However, Eels has always guarded against going to a number that would see some seats remain unsold. Even if it just meant one game a season, you didn't sell out at 70,000 seater, that's enough for Eels to say no. And that's why we are now going to 65,000. He was chief executive down Eels at MLS franchise Atlanta United when they limited the capacity of soccer matches to maintain demand, despite the 75,000 capacity in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is obviously home to NFL's Atlanta Falcons as well. So, my problem on that is I don't think 65,000 is enough, really. I mean, it is. It's 13,000 extra, of course, on what we've currently got, and then corporate and hospitality and everything else. But I think we could have easily pushed to 70. I would have liked to see them do at least 70, to be honest with you. And people might say, yeah, but what if it's a Wednesday night against Everton? We had a Wednesday night against Wimbledon, sold out in the Carabao Cup this season, 52,000, with 10, 20,000 people waiting for tickets. Don't tell me you couldn't hit 70,000 on every Premier League game. But if you're scared to just not have a full attendance for one match, on the day, change it to, kids get in for a fiver, something like that. Get a lot of kids now and a lot of adults kind of go at the match because of the demand. So, yeah, hopefully 65,000 solves the majority of that. But in Newcastle, and people visiting, remember there's loads of tourists now coming to watch Newcastle from all over the place, from Ireland, America, Asia, wherever. You're not telling me they're not going to come over as well and maybe buy a ticket. Dude, remember when General Sale used to exist? I remember as a teenager going up to St James's Park on the match day, on a UEFA Cup night or whatever, Premier League game, and buying a ticket on the day. Where you could easily sell an extra few thousand on the day doing that. You can't tell me we couldn't get at least 70,000 in. I'm not having it. And even if the hospitality and all that as well, you could do it for me. So I think 65,000 is a bit of a, I'm not going to say downer, because it's great that we're getting this new stadium, even as much as it's going to be, painful, emotional, moving stadium, all the history we've got there. I think it's only right, and football's going that way, and I don't mind the new modern stadium and doing everything else with it, that we can create other events around it and whatnot. But 65,000, it's not like blowing you out the water there, is it? I mean, what will that make us in the Premier League now? Let's just have a look, actually, at the Premier League's highest capacity grounds. Old Trafford, the current one, 74,187. Spurs, 62,850. Right, so we actually will be the second highest in the Premier League. Although, the Etihad's getting done up to a canny bit, isn't it? London, 62,500. Anfield, 61,276. Alright, fair enough. Maybe I've jumped the bullet a bit on there, and 65,000 is alright. If you think of, obviously, the amount of fans Anfield could get in, Emirates, in terms of global appeal that they have already. Yeah, maybe 65 is alright. I still would have liked to have seen we hit 70, but listen, I do believe we could have done more. I still would like to have seen a 70, but when you look at the other stadiums in the Premier League, maybe 65, maybe it's alright then, I suppose. Maybe, let me know in the comments what you think. Am I pushing the boat out too much? With Old Trafford, 100,000, that's mad. But then again, they do have fans coming over from all over. But will they still have fans coming from all over when they're in the bloody relegation battles? Eh? Probably not. Well, probably. Who cares? Anyways, we know that the alternative option was to redevelop St James's to a 60,000 seater capacity, but everything is now geared towards that new stadium to make it one of the best in the world. Love that statement. So we are going to build one of the best stadiums in the world. This is hugely going to put us on the map, and that's what I said years ago in those takeover videos. We will get a new stadium. The Saudis will want that shiny new stadium, and that is pretty much all but confirmed here, especially according to this article. So there we go. Let us know what you think of that new stadium, the Wembley Way equivalent in Leazes Park, 65,000 seater. All your opinions, drop them in the comments. Another quick one in this article, they're saying that our chairman Yasia is going to be at Wembley on Sunday. The club's majority owners, PIF, have taken their own box for the game and will host partners, guests and their own staff commercially and everything as well. So they will be in attendance. Let's hope it's another 4-3 like it was against Forest the last time he was in attendance just a few weeks back. They've also seen here Eddie Howe's players will not stay at the Hilton Hotel next to Wembley, next door to it really, like they did for the final in 2023. They will be based out of town. They haven't revealed the exact location, so people can't set off bloody fireworks and all that madness on the eve of the game. And they're also travelling down on a luxury new coach, which is thought to be worth in excess of £500,000. Liverpool, meanwhile, will stay in central London. There we go. I think that's enough for this video. Let us know your opinions below. If you fancy a bit of match bingo, get involved, scan that QR code, hit the link in the description. Subscribe to my Magpie Channel TV, as there's loads of content coming your way over the weekend in Wembley.